My name is Michael Davis. I've been a member of Mt.Gilead since 2013. Roughly in 2021 time frame, doing my regular male checkup, blood work came back from, and the doctor noticed that the PSA numbers were higher than he would like and higher than normal. Basically, PSA determines how your prostates are functioning. Are they functioning correctly? Are they processing the way they should be processing? So at my time, the numbers were too high for the urologist and my regular physician. The biopsy test did come back that the prostate was in the beginning stages of cancer. It started off at above 4, then every month it was rising. Then it went to 6, 8. Then in July 1, 2022, the PSA numbers was at 9.81, which was extremely high. But they needed to run some more tests. They needed to do an MRI, they needed to do a CAT scan, PET scan, and they also wanted to do a bone density test. So after the surgery, if I needed chemo, to make sure my bones could handle the chemo. When they did the PET scan, they noticed that the cancer had started to spread. Spread it to my right shoulder and my left hip. Once that came about, they couldn't do the surgery. So they said, we have to start chemo. It's gonna be every 3 weeks, starting on October the 7th, but it's gonna be mass dosage. We got the doctors and the nurses to change their concept of prostate cancer. We would always say the prostate situation. We refuse to let them use the word cancer because cancer is such a dead word. Went home, doing that first treatment, and first week, my body was different. The first week, no effects. Going into the second week, started losing some hair. And I remember just being in the shower, and that was the first time I actually asked God why. And he said, why not? He said, I give my stronger assignments to my stronger soldiers. But he also said, you never fully allowed or given me anything, 100%. You always give me a portion. Well, with this, you gotta give it all to me. And at that point, I said, okay, God, I'm cool. That was the first time I sat in the shower and cried because I knew I was on assignment. It was days I couldn't even walk because it felt like just needles just were piercing my skin. I just kept pushing. Like the man of God says, hey, you just keep pushing. You just keep pushing. Every 3 weeks from that point, like I said, it was chemo. My hair started falling, and the funny thing is, my wife said, let me cut it. So she cut it, and my wife was a beautiful person. She didn't miss an appointment, took off of work, worked from the hospital, whatever she needed to do. So she was my right-hand person. After the first chemo, I went to the second chemo. The doctor sat and he said, the numbers have went from 961 to 285. And he said, I have never seen chemo work that fast on anybody. And wife and I said, thank you, doc, but it's all God. But still, I had to do the 6 weeks. I had to do the 6 weeks of treatment. Like I said, every 3 weeks, just a massive dose. Now remember the numbers in July was at 981. January 2023, the numbers was at 0.02. God just completely healed me. Prostate cancer was in complete remission, completely healed, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, no issues. I thank God for just being God, because he didn't have to, but he did it. And he did what he does always. He heals, he does God things. It's probably the best way to say it. He does God things.